Okay, chat, let's see if it's working. Let me know if you can hear the game sounds as well. Oh, there is no game sound now, is there? Yeah, the menu. Let me just open the chat on my phone. A little bit of dead air, I hope you guys don't mind. There we go.
Or it'll piss you off.
Yeah,
Go
Sargon said I could. I'm blaming him. I mean, he's going to be
Arrival
a new
is
MP,
terrible.
so what he says
Wait,
goes.
yeah. To set the stage, by the way, Rags, that movie is hailed as a masterpiece by many people.
Masterpiece of shit.
What's the movie called?
Arrival.
Arrival, right? Okay, and what's it about?
2016.
Aliens land on Earth, but they don't do anything. They just stay there, and it's about us trying to communicate.
Oh yeah, I saw that movie. Well, it was kind of meh. I mean, it was interesting the first time, but after a while, it got really boring.
I don't think it was boring. I think it was. I couldn't be bored because of how terrible it got. I thought the first half was okay. I thought the first half they're setting up an interesting premise.
I think it could have
So
been a
much
great
you could do
film.
with it. But then it's like fucking the batshit crazy train to Fuckville just hit third gear and we took off.
Well, what happens?
Oh well, give
We're streaming, so I don't want to like give the plot away to everyone watching.
just
All
pose
right.
the ethical question though. Just give him with no context.
Sargon, you're a married man with a kid, so this might be an interesting question to ask you.
Okay, yeah.
So let's say that through some magical happenstance, you discover that you can see into the future, and you can see into the future. You know the outcomes of what will happen. You do. Now, let's say you look into the future, and you discover that your kid, right, around the age of 13,
Like 15, yeah.
yeah, about 13, 14, something around there, contracts an unstoppable super cancer, essentially,
Jesus.
and dies, right? So, now let's say that you don't have a kid yet. You haven't actually, made this baby yet. Do you have the, what do you do?
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Use a condom,
I
babe.
suppose.
Now you haven't made this baby yet. This is just the future. You see that. If I go through with things, I will. Oh, I got distracted. I was distracted to talk about this movie.
This is the reason Rags hasn't given you like a choice A, choice B, choice C is because you literally don't have any limits. You could literally choose anything. What do you choose?
Yeah. Well, it's a good question. Because I suppose the question is, are the 13 years of life worth more?
I wouldn't even say it's about
I
that.
wouldn't even say it's about that. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
I can see why you would say that, but think about it.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. Give it a thought. Let's just say that.
I mean, there's
Let's
definitely an
expand.
argument.
Let's help you out even. Let's help you out even.
Yeah,
Let's say
go
that you knew the day that this baby, this potential super cancer baby, would be conceived.
Right.
You would know the exact time, the night, that this baby's conception would occur.
Right.
And
And
you know what the
Rags is
consequences
trying to
would be.
lead you somewhere. If
So
he knows
I
what-
can just wear a condom on that day, and
There you go.
Bingo!
I said
Everything
that
else
from
will
the
be fine.
beginning. I genuinely said, like, is this a condom?
right. Because I didn't
Oh, well,
realize
I didn't
how
want to
much
say if
knowledge
I
we
said
have
B
here.
was right, then that would.
Yeah, because you might think that the interesting question is a life worth living if it only lasts to 15 years or something like that? It's like, no.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
the film wanted to say, but it fucked it up completely.
That would be interesting and decent.
yeah.
It's
That is a great
essentially
question.
trying to posit the idea that you're guilty for every life that you don't create.
What? guilty of the life that I don't create.
It makes a strange implication because the movie paints. We're getting into spoiler territory.
Yeah, do you guys mind if it's spoiled? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 116 people in the chat are definitely gonna watch see this movie.
Well, I don't want them to.
It came out in 2016, was it? 15?
So, it's 16.
Well, yeah, fucking mute the stream if you don't want to spoil.
But
Because honestly, I wouldn't recommend it at this point.
yeah.
Frustrating.
But you know what? What if? Okay, like you know for sure that you're going to have this kid that you know the date. But what
But you
guarantees
don't.
that if you have a kid on another date, he won't also get this?
That's the
super
thing.
cancer?
Well,
Yeah,
like a dick, I'll just wear a condom that day.
Well, that's the thing. If you have sex on a different day and conceive on a different day, the kid will be different.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the thing with how cancer works is that it's usually hereditary and it's probability, like 40% or something. So, yeah, I guess you don't
Okay,
have it
so-
on that day. The kid might not have it, but you still run the
I will literally
Cancer
take
no
any
matter
of the
what.
chances.
Yeah, no, that's
anything
true, that's
is better
true, but
than a
you
100%
still know that
chance,
there
yeah.
is a high chance of your next kid having cancer.
You go, no, not a high chance.
No,
at
it's
all.
not hereditary
No,
in the
it's not.
film.
Oh, it's not hereditary? Okay.
It's, when he says
Well, even
super
if it was
cancer,
hereditary,
they don't
any-
give us a name for it, I don't think. They just say it's going to kill her at age whatever.
What the fuck is super
Whatever it is.
cancer anyway? It's like
It's just the thing.
That's, that's why Rags
Bad
says
news. That's what it. Oh shit! Sorry, Rex.
That's right. They don't specifically name the disease. They just describe it as unstoppable.
Yeah,
So I call it super cancer.
yeah, it may as well. It could call it super AIDS,
most
super fucking...
types of cancers are super cancers,
leprosy.
if you want to put it like that.
But if
Jesus.
obviously you have like a moral imperative that if you have a kid and if the kid has a 90% chance of cancer or a 100% chance and you had to choose, not that you even do in this scenario, but if you had to choose, you choose the 90.
Of course, yeah.
But then it gets worse.
Then it gets
because
worse
we haven't called in the dad yet.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Do you want to do it, Rags? Do you want to explain?
So let's say that you have this power to perceive the future, and you don't tell the mother of the child. You do not tell him, or sorry, you don't tell her.
Until the kid is like age 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's a nasty surprise after 8 years.
I just think it's fucking reprehensible.
I think
And the
this
film
should-
kind of sells it as like a, well, it was a difficult choice to make, and it wasn't exactly the wrong choice.
when literally just having sex in a different day would solve it.
Yeah, but it
This
wasn't
is a
be
silly
that
premise.
kid, like
This is a very silly.
You're
premise.
telling me she could literally see the fucking future, and apparently the only decision she has to make in her life is whether or not she has a fucking kid that has super cancer. I don't understand.
Mauler, remember when she asks Ian in the movie, if you could see your whole life front to back, would you change anything? The obvious answer is, fucking yeah, duh.
Obviously.
Nah,
His-
no. My life has been perfect every single moment of it.
His-
I wouldn't
his
change
response-
anything,
His response, he's silent for a bit, and then he says, "I'd probably say how I feel more often." I don't even know what I'm supposed to get from that.
I think Mauler's example that he listed out was, if you knew you were going to step on a Lego with your bare feet, would you just go ahead and do it again?
It's like, no, you make so many choices differently.
It's such a ridiculous...
Unless it's deterministic timeline, and if you don't step on the Lego, the universe will end.
Well, in the movie, she asks, if you knew, would you change anything?
Yeah, Rags, did you catch, when he takes his suit off after she takes his suit off, he has a line, he says, well, everybody dies, that, as if that's his justification. Do you
Well,
get that
then,
the-
that's okay then.
Do you get that the movie's trying to say that very character said, hey, everybody dies, so why is it bad that he doesn't, why wouldn't he accept his child dying at age 15 or whatever, It's almost like a criticism of him, showing that he's kind of hypocritical. And I'm just sitting there like, this is so fucking stupid. Both of the statements are stupid.
I mean, I guess if you really want to philosophize about it, is if you don't have sex that day, then that kid particularly will never get born. So you might have another kid, but it's not going to be the same.
Doesn't
So,
matter
don't
because
have
the
different
other kid didn't exist. The other kid doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like, you're not guilty for not loving something that doesn't exist.
it's like, yeah, you could... all four of us have the
I guess
potential to
it's
make
like, Rex,
thousands of children.
if your mom and dad would choose to have sex a different day, you would never be born.
sounds like a good afternoon
But they
meal.
wouldn't have
Guilty
every-
as well, not.
But
I
there
mean,
wouldn't be a me
if
to
your mom and
Gotta
dad
share
could
it
see
out.
the future and they would know that you're born and they would choose to have sex on a different day and you wouldn't be born, would that be considered them killing you or something?
No, because I never existed.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Yeah,
still
you
like a
can't kill
philosophical
someone.
thing.
I mean, not really. I mean, maybe in a basic sense, but I mean, if something doesn't even exist, then you can't do harm to it.
Yeah, I know, but
You
it's
can't
like, you know, like if
possibly-
I travel back in time and, for example, ring at your door when your mom and dad wants to conceive you, and I stop that from happening, would I have
Thanks.
technically killed you?
You fucking
No.
cock blocker.
You have to be alive to
Oh my god, look at Sargon!
Well, the thing is, by not doing that, by not interrupting them conceiving Rags, you may have killed someone else by
Yeah.
them
Well,
conceiving
if
an hour
you're
later.
guilty for the deaths of every potential human being, then every time I could have sex and impregnate a woman and I don't do it, I'm guilty of murder.
Man,
V,
you're
you
a-
are morally obligated to cock block people, so do it.
Save them lives. And
Look at Sargon, he's really a badass at this game. How many hours have you spent in this?
No, I'm not. Rags is the badass in this game. I just
I'm
stumbled
taking
through
it easy because I'm trying to concentrate on this conversation.
yeah, that's the biggest
We're
issue with the
fresh-
film for me.
Yeah, we're fresh right off this movie, and I kind of want to.
But there's more.
Yeah,
Go,
man.
go, go. Not even.
How about the Rush Limbaugh character that manages to make it so that so basically like the government are trying to figure out what to do exactly, and then at one point they're trying to interpret what the aliens are saying. By the way, aliens are completely fucking innocent. They're just sitting there and they try
Aliens
to
didn't do nothing.
They didn't do
They
nothing.
literally didn't. They just showed up and
Hashtag
sit there. That's all they
And
do.
the humans try to interpret a message from them, and it comes out as "off a weapon." And so many of the people of the world take this as a threat, and that it's inevitable that they're going to try and kill us. So we got to blow them up first, which is the kind of shit that I despise in these kinds of movies, like intellectual fucking sci-fi movies where every human goes, "Oh, they said a thing. We have to blow them up." It's like, the
It's
first
really-
thing she says is, "We don't even know exactly what this may or may not mean," and I'm just like, "Yeah." So
I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, but if they have the technology to fly all the way to Earth, then declaring war on them might not be a good
Exactly.
yeah,
idea.
it's over. It's over. It's already
That's
over.
what I was saying to Mauler the whole time. That's the obvious thing. If they have the technology to get here, we don't stand a chance.
There is one exception though, like what if it's extremely expensive for them to get to Earth and they didn't expect Earth is inhabited, then maybe you do have a chance.
Well, how many alien
I don't-
dollars
It's not-
does it take?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like I'm suggesting that we wouldn't fight if we would take it like Independence Day style. I'm just saying that
We don't stand a chance.
so until they attack us, we should hope that they don't want to kill us because
Yeah,
we're gonna.
you're probably like one of those Indians back in the day. It's like, what man? They just want some love.
No.
but
You
doesn't
can
want
throw
all
a,
love.
you
We
can
should
throw a
let
spear
white
at a
man.
human and he dies. This is a whole different scale.
Yeah, that's not really the same.
This is a
It's like
whole different. And it's
incomprehensible.
weird because they use that analogy in the movie as if it's an actual analogy.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but this is like a whole different level.
I am absolutely all for striking first, to be honest. If we see aliens, just launch nukes, destroy them, and then we can figure out what they were after.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
Sargon.
that makes enough sense.
I agree
I
with
hope they
Sargon.
were
Why
here
take
for
a risk? Why
So,
take
like-
a risk?
After that thing happens, this guy's like listening to a radio show where there's this character who's on like a radio show going like, "We don't know what these aliens want. We don't. We have to show
I'm
them
with Rush
force.
Limbaugh
That's
on
the
this."
best. The
Yeah,
best
and
thing
then
to
think
do
about
is
what
to."
Sargon just said, right? Like if the aliens are hostile,
Yeah.
like if they're hostile, you nuking them won't make matters worse because they were already hostile.
Yeah, it's not gonna. There's 12, by the way, of these ships,
Yeah.
and they're suggesting blowing up one of them. It's like I don't think.
Yeah, there's 12 all around the world. They landed.
Oh,
in-
bear in
Both one
mind-
as a warning to the rest.
Bear in mind, the creatures themselves and their ships and everything surrounding them atmosphere-wise, none of it we can recognize. None of it.
Yeah, they don't.
makes
They
any
don't
sense.
send out electromagnetic signals or no radiation, no anything. But basically, they essentially operate by what's perceptibly magic. They're just so ahead of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anything has the technology to get to our planet at all, we do not stand a chance against them.
And so,
Like it's
thanks to
hopeless.
those
No
two
way.
things, internet hosts saying, "Hey, kill them, they're evil," and them saying, "Off a weapon." These guys plant what is essentially a big block of C4 inside the alien ship,
Right.
and that's what causes basically all the drama in the film. Which I don't even like. Rags, any event that takes place in this film that's in any way negative, I don't even understand how it took place. Can't the aliens see into the fucking future?
Yeah, that's the thing. So the whole
The aliens
idea of the
understand
film-
English, by the way.
They understand
yeah.
English. Well, that's okay. Then.
Yeah,
They,
so
they
here's-
suddenly do at the end of the film, and it's like, wait, if you do now, then couldn't you have known for this whole time?
Well, if you can see the future, how come you didn't know earlier?
Look, all I know is that my grandparents would have shot first, asked questions later.
Yeah, guys, you got to come back and help us.
Thank you.
Like, my grandparents would have shot first and asked questions later, and because of my grandparents is why I'm here. Like, if what they did worked, I'm pretty much sure like, I would rather do the thing that worked rather than try new shit.
Wait, what?
No, think about this, right? Back in the day of your grandfathers, if some, new tribe came, and no one knew anything about it, they would shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to do.
See, you're just trying to put up new things that haven't been tried yet.
Being peaceful has been tried. It's working really well right now.
How did it
Like,
go
we get
for the
longer.
Aztecs? They were peaceful.
That's not a. First off, no, it's not true at all. Second off, this is a completely warped analogy. Again, this is an intergalactic alien race that has the capability to travel to our planet. If they possess that analogy, it's hopeless.
Yeah, you see,
They
The
possess
Aztecs were
that
peaceful,
analogy.
though.
the thing with the Aztecs is when they first saw the Spanish conquistadors, they saw they were white and they thought they're gods because they never saw white people before, so they actually invited them in their city.
And what did Montezuma do?
Got taken hostage.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, thank God I missed.
Now, if,
Oh.
if they would have killed
Yeah.
if they would have killed the initial Spanish, problem would have been solved.
If they killed the initial Spanish, then the Spanish in Spain land would have been like, huh, I wonder what happened to those guys. We should see what happened to those guys.
See, you say that, but the Vikings actually tried that. They were killed and they never went back to Africa again. Back to America again.
Well, lucky them. The point is,
To
these
be
are
fair, though, the
intergalactic
Vikings
aliens.
arrived 500 years earlier before they had steel breastplates and guns.
Yeah, but even then, it's a.
I forgot about it.
Why did you
Even then,
do
it's a
that?
weird analogy because, like, comparing these two people, the Aztecs to the conquistadors, that's nothing like comparing us in the modern day, the alien civilizations that possess intergalactic.
There is no comparison. They bring it up in the
this is
film.
ridiculous.
You cannot compare life that we've never encountered before and inconceivable in any logical sense to go in, oh yeah, they're totally going to do everything humans do. Like, what?
Because
No.
the film tries to do that, and it's a weakness of the film because it's a retarded comparison.
Yes.
Someone said if the aliens were about 60 million light years away, wouldn't they see dinosaurs or they observe the planet? I mean, that's being
Probably.
intimidating to me.
Maybe, but just the fact that they can get again, as I said, just the fact that they have the technology to travel here, period,
Oh, fucking
means that
hell.
we're fucked.
See, I really disagree with this notion because you don't know how many resources it requires for them to use that
They
technology.
wouldn't go someplace if they didn't have the resources
I'm
to
confused.
get
Wait.
back. What?
What are you? Wait. What's your argument for
What is the
why?
argument?
Like, you understand the technology it requires to travel through even our solar system.
Yeah, but
like,
what if, for example,
this
their
is
planet
this
is
is
dying?
wait. So this is something I have to look into because I was actually curious about Captain Marvel. Do you know it takes 2.5 years at light speed to travel across our solar system?
I did not.
So that's ridiculously long. Therefore, they would have cracked faster than light. And if they can crack that, they would have hyperspace kamikazes for sure. Like, we'd be fine.
What if they invent wormholes as a means of travel?
There you go.
Okay,
They
so
could kill
that
us with
actually
them.
helps- yeah, that helps our argument, not yours.
But again, it's like you don't know.
So they have the power to create wormholes now.
They just open one in the middle of our planet and we're doomed.
Why would they just go around killing random planets?
We're not questioning why they would
That's-
do it.
That's the point. That helps our point. Because the people in the film, like especially like the militaries and stuff, they're, stupid soldier man aggressive. When the point is that if they can get here, then they possess the technology that if they wanted to destroy us, they would do it without us even realizing they had arrived.
Reloading.
Think
Point
about
is-
how Eve is like, right? And the people that visit you are just like some offshot of some corporation, and they're just like looking for wealth. They don't have the resources to actually carry large weaponries that would actually.
I don't know that
do
we
that.
should base this on Eve.
Why are we basing this on?
Why
that?
wouldn't we base this on Eve? It's sci-fi. The whole concept that you're
Not
talking
all
about.
sci-fi is this. Not all sci-fi.
Okay, let's
is the
just
same.
reference a
Bad
sci-fi
news.
game or movie where they are hostile, I guess.
The point, they show up and they just hover and they just sit here, so they're not being aggressive.
But we
if
should
they had-
definitely treat them with the ability that they could destroy us at any moment.
Well,
Yeah, because we know, based on how much we know about the universe, that if they can get to us, we're fucked.
Just like this tank.
Oh, he's going down.
Oh, he's
But yeah,
took an odd route.
once you get the technology to be able to do X, it's like, Jesus Christ. Humans are well known for weaponizing everything. I'm pretty sure these aliens would know how to do it too.
You would have to assume that they do.
well,
Yeah.
the whole point that I'm making, just because humans have access to nukes, doesn't mean that all countries on the Earth have access to nukes. You know, just some humans have.
What
The
is
plans
that
for nukes are on the
analogy?
internet.
No, you're not willing to listen, right? So.
Wait, how does that translate to what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
what I'm talking about is that the aliens might just have the spaceship from their planet, but not be affiliated with their planet.
But nothing else. Like all the technology that it took for their civilization to get to this point just
Yeah,
doesn't exist, or...
And I don't know why. Yeah, like of course it could be anything. It could literally just be a collection of energy that floated to Earth. It could literally be anything. I'm not denying that, but these things are intelligent
Like
beings.
in Dead Space, for example, or there was another movie, TV show. What was it called? The Expanse. You have like some religious fanatics that just built a ship and they just wanted to travel in space to see if they can find intelligent
Yeah,
life.
again, anything is possible, but we're not arguing that.
Reload.
You have to operate under the assumption that an intergalactic alien space civilization that has the capacity to reach us from their location, knowing how far they would have to be away from us, has the capability to annihilate us whenever they want effortlessly.
See, I'm with Sargon and still shoot first and ask
Laser
questions
sights
later.
right here.
No, he was being ironic.
Yeah.
What are you being ironic?
Because that's...
Sargon?
Yes, because that's stupid!
You would be
Because it is pretty crazy to do that.
Is it?
Why the fuck would you shoot them? That's just...
What?
Hey, look, another civilization. Boom.
Well, what?
It's not even that.
When
It's a
was it
civilization
in
that could guaranteed wipe us off the fucking universe. Let's throw a stone at them.
What was in
Like,
the
they have
entire
the
history of
technology
mankind
to
when
travel
two different
across the
technological
galaxy?
civilization encountered each other and went peaceful? When was it through the entire history of mankind when two opposite civilizations with different technologies encountered each other and went peaceful?
Good point.
What's your point?
Well,
What is the point, actually?
basically, you're probably when one advanced civilization encounters a less advanced civilization, it's rarely a good thing for the less advanced civilization.
Alright, what are we doing to the inhabitants of New Monitor Island right now?
I don't know, but what happened when we first
Nothing.
encountered them?
No, we didn't.
I'm
we
going
didn't kill them, because we were civilized when
roll it back, roll it right back. Why are we basing this at? We know that this is not a good plan if they're more advanced than us. Why would we do it?
Yes.
Well, because we might win.
we're guaranteed. No, we're guaranteed to lose.
What do you mean
I
you
think
might win?
I think we're
Why is it a
guaranteed
good
to
reason
lose if
do
we.
it?
No, I think we're guaranteed to lose if we don't attack first.
What? What is this a clown world?
What the fuck are you both talking about?
No,
You're
I think.
insane.
Okay, so let me hear me out. I think V raises a good point that if the Aztecs had tried to butcher all the Spanish conquistadors, they may well have taken the attitude of the Vikings and just thought, fuck it.
And we're saying that's a terrible analogy.
That's not a terrible
Why is it?
analogy. It's a good analogy.
No, it is a
Oh,
terrible
so
analogy.
wait, to
It's a
clarify,
terrible
you're
analogy
arguing-
because you're comparing two established human civilizations that are relatively extremely close to each other's technology.
No, they weren't extremely close to each other.
Yes, relatively. Yeah, relatively, the Aztecs and
Wow.
the Conquistadors are extremely similar in their technology than comparing us and intergalactic
Yeah,
space.
that's-
aliens.
One had
Well,
bow
I
and
mean,
arrows,
actually,
didn't
I guess-
domesticate horses at all, didn't even have horse riding, didn't
That
use any
is
sort of-
peanuts to being able to travel faster than light and us struggling to get out
This
of
is
our own
unreal.
atmosphere.
You realize how much further advanced they are than us, right? This is
Well,
not
we
even...
just assume
They can travel across the galaxy.
Also, I want to attack that argument, that the idea that it's like there's a chance that if these aliens came to our planet with the intentions for killing us, and we open attack on them first, we may be better off. Also, I
Yeah, it
can't.
depends the numbers of them, like if there's only 10...
No. I'm actually supporting your argument for a second, then I'm going to destroy it. So the idea that they're going to be like, okay, these guys, they've got X amount of resources. If we attack them after they attack us, we're more likely to lose than win. I'd be like, that's very well likely. It's also a potential plan to try and make peace, like Mars attacks, and then get a bunch of people in and then attack us, like Trojan horse style. It's also another idea that we could try and communicate with them to the point of learning as much as we can and then kill them once we realize we can't gain any more. Like, there's loads of plans you can do. But why run with any of these plans before the one of let's try and establish peace because fuck, they're way more likely in every scenario to fucking murder us.
Well, I honestly, I mean, I think that if you travel all that way across the galaxy, you're probably not coming for peace.
I agree. I agree.
You don't. We have no idea why they come.
Wait.
That's true. I don't. But I'm going to be cynical about it.
Well, that's what we're arguing for.
No, I disagree with that. If that's what you're saying, if you're traveling all this way, then you don't have to worry about resources. You're probably set.
Well, that wasn't the case with the Aliens and Independence Day, was it?
There is a scenario. Well, only as of the second movie, not in the first movie.
Well, no, the first one they were there for resources.
No, they were just here to destroy us. In the second movie, they're here for resources.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
They
thought,
retconned it.
They retconned.
Oh, right, okay. I thought the whole thing was that they were like
And
a
besides, it
giant
doesn't even work anyway because
intergalactic
that's a
swarm of
human-made
locusts.
work of fiction.
I mean, I could be wrong, but that's
The
what I
book- the
remember
book
because I
was,
remember people
the
getting
book
pissed
was
that
done
the
just
second one
being like
changes it.
locusts. They
I think it's in the first one.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I need someone who's a nerd to tell
I
me because I can't
know.
remember.
If you read the book, they were like locusts, and
No,
they
no,
were
no,
just
movie.
devouring,
Movie.
the fauna.
I'm sure that was in the movie too. When he talks to when he gets when he gets in his head, I'm sure he says they're like locusts.
Yeah, but they're only just they're only blowing things up though.
A
in the
little
movie,
bit of a
right?
non sequitur.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We can get back on topic if you want. Well,
no, I'm
either way,
enjoying I'm enjoying talking about the alien invasion.
the point was, how likely are they to be coming here in a position of desperateness, going for fucking resources? It's like it's not impossible. It's just extremely unlikely compared to the more obvious choice that they're just exploring / dominating the galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, it might not even be desperation. It might be out of a malicious glee of killing inferior
I don't
races.
even think it's.
This
I would put that lower than just exploration because if you have the technology to go that far, then you could go basically anywhere that you could want to go.
Like for clarification, Sargon and V, would you actually open attack the second you see them, or no?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even hesitate, to be honest. Like,
Don't fuck with me. I want to know your actual answer.
that'd be suicidal.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's fine then.
It's just a
I am now waiting for V's answer.
Well, look, if we were, we do have the technology to go to the moon. If there were moon people that attacked our...
Oh wow!
Look, if...
Hey,
That
hey,
far.
Let him make his point.
Well, Rags is very insecure that I might actually make a point that he has no response. But we do have the
Rags.
technology to go to the moon. If there were moon people that were butchering our astronauts, Worf would not invest a huge amount of money trying to destroy the moon people.
That's not a good
It
analogy.
is a very excellent analogy, actually.
No,
Yeah,
it's a
it
terrible
is,
analogy.
because you
I'll
already
explain
have
why.
a
I'll
preconceived
explain why.
notion that is not based in reality of what you think an advanced civilization
yeah,
is like.
it's not based
and when
in
I give you
reality.
like actual real life
This is a
equivalences,
hypothetical.
you just dismiss them because they don't fit with the narrative that you already established.
Well, now
it's
let him
because I
counter
explained
argue.
why. Yeah, I explained why they were terrible. We can get to the moon, V.
Yeah.
We have the technology to get to the
And
moon
it's
and
extremely
fight people who
expensive,
are
yeah.
theoretically on the moon. No, but it's feasible. It's totally feasible, and we can do
I
that.
think you only have like a limit numbers of times you could go to the moon until it would become unfeasible.
If we could go to the moon once, it makes your analogy pointless.
No, because
No, I think you're just blue pilled at this point, Max. To be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not even following. What was
Red doesn't
trying to say
understand that
that
going
they're-
to the moon costs resources, and eventually you're
We're not
going-
saying that it doesn't cost
Help!
aliens resources to
on the way?
Thank you.
That's not what we're
But
arguing.
you do realize that the number of resources are finite, right? Like it
Yes.
costs over $100 million to send people to the moon once.
Does it cost more money to go down the store to the chemists than it does to get to the moon?
How do we? I'm sorry. Why would you assume that the aliens don't have infinite renewable resources?
Well, why would you assume they do?
That's my point. You're assuming they don't.
Honestly, I think the technological level of the aliens, I think we can assume is just significantly
Yeah,
higher than ours.
yeah,
The
it's
natural
back
thing
to
we
the
can
same.
assume, the natural thing we assume is that they've gone to other planets, therefore they've probably absorbed the resources. More likely that they've got a lot than a little.
Okay, but the question really is about the moral framework, in my opinion, because that'll decide what they do with us. Because really, I mean, I don't hold out much hope that we'd be able to hold off like an advanced alien invasion.
I
Yeah,
think
so
we're
I
fucked
think
in
we
almost
have
every
zero.
Yeah,
circumstance.
so the question is, do the aliens consider us people? And I mean, I don't see any particular reason why they should. There are lots of like,
Oh wait, you saying we should just attack them because
well,
like,
they might
this-
literally not view us any more
Like-
impressively than ants.
like it's better we fight than be killed
Yeah.
regardless?
Yeah.
You killed.
Yeah, but that's something that we would support. Just let them hit first, because fucking hell, otherwise we're. What difference would it even make at that
If they're
point?
like the scout, you know, if they're like the killer bee that goes into the bee's nest first, you kill that scout, and then more don't come. So.
And then their whole civilization comes and they destroy us before they enter orbit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would that scenario play out instead of all the other potential ones?
Well, I find it quite ridiculous that an alien race would just set up random scouts, and if any scouts gets killed, the whole civilization comes and just burns the planet.
Somebody wait up.
Well, how do you know they're a scout?
How do you know they're not?
If we send,
Emissary.
Well, if they're emissaries,
if they're sending out scouts, then they have an investment in what the scouts find.
I was about to say, isn't that the point of a
That's the
scout?
point of a scout. That's the whole point.
Yeah, well, they're scouting for resources. Someone in the chat said there's no way an alien race would travel millions of light years without asking for something in return. Chances are, if it's not that,
No, that's
chances
not
are,
true
if
at all.
it's
How
not
do you
annihilation,
establish
it's
that?
enslavement.
How did you reach that?
How did you get that?
Well, it's someone in the chat that said it.
What?
I was reading the super
Yeah,
chat.
that's dumb.
What? Like, okay, there's a lot of reasons why an
Mauler,
alien
we're in
race might
Bizarro
travel.
No, I'm definitely with Sargon here. Like,
Remember, by the way, any reasoning you come up with for what they may or may not be doing, there's plenty that would go well beyond what we can even conceive of. Like, they might see us as dirt.
well, if that's the case, then no matter what you do, it's kind of useless. So.
Not at all. You would try to be useful dirt.
You try and appeal to
Oh, so
them.
you want to be the slave?
I would rather fight.
Yeah,
I would rather be killed
fight.
rather
Jesus
than.
fucking Christ, Sargon, why did you make me play with
Whoa,
these scouts?
why are they suddenly enslaving us?
Yeah, would that come from?
Why become useful dirt? They're
Yeah,
not
it's like,
enslaved.
why would they
No,
enslave
that
us?
doesn't mean
Mauler,
become
that's like,
slaves.
how can I be
Slavery.
useful, Massa? Just tell me.
I doubt-
Kill me, make me useful.
That's
I
not,
doubt
that doesn't
we
mean
would-
slavery.
I doubt we would be useful enough for them to enslave us. I'm talking about the fact
See,
that they'd be
I'm
like, oh,
pondering if
these
I
things
should
can
verse
actually
Mauler or
communicate.
not right now, because it's not making
If
much
they can
sense.
travel across the galaxy, what use would they have for slave labor?
Of humankind.
No, answer the question, V. If they have the ability to travel across the galaxy, why would they give a crap about slave
I
labor?
can tell you.
Yeah, I
tell you
can
exactly
also
why,
tell it's
right?
cheaper, first of all. Like, you just get the...
No. Fuck the price, right? You don't even know that he's money, right? And there's no reason to think they would at that point. But the thing is, once you have access to the entire galaxy and you're floating around and you've solved all of your needs, you get bored and you might want to fucking torture someone or enslave someone. Just do something malicious for the sake of it. And this is an
So
alien
you
race.
want to fight them on the
Have
off
them
chance
all.
that they're malicious?
Yes.
I think
That's shocking. to me.
They might not even realize that
We're
they are
arguing
malicious.
for doing it once they prove they're malicious.
So yeah, wouldn't you want to? If you know that you're going to lose, if you know you're
Hey,
going to
fucking
lose,
hell, I will
why are
take
you
the
not
risk
entering
to
on
save the
side of council?
civilization.
Shit, getting grabbed by shit.
I will take the risk that they get the first hit in favor of saving humanity.
If
Sure.
they're not malicious, they would definitely understand that contacting an inferior species often triggers an aggressive response from that species. If I go
Yeah,
next
but
to an anthill,
we couldn't do anything to them.
but
we
it
couldn't
doesn't
touch
matter.
them.
If I go next to
And
an
that's not
anthill,
even necessarily true. How do you know that they have that experience? That's our experience.
well, everything I will say, you'll say that's not necessarily true, and everything you say, I can say that's not necessarily true, and we're just going to.
You didn't
I-
counter
I
my
think it is
argument
a reasonable
whatsoever.
That will get us annihilated.
I think it's a reasonable inference that if the aliens, when approaching an inferior civilization, are going to be aware that they're going to be intimidating, that whatever it is you've encountered is probably going to have some kind of fear response to an ultra advanced civilization approaching.
I feel like you guys are assuming we're arguing something a lot more complicated than we are. We're literally saying if they attack us, if they damage us, they might not even realize they're doing it.
Well, yeah,
That's when we respond and retaliate.
Yeah,
But
I
so
say
I'm
just
not even
strike
arguing.
first.
I'm not even arguing that they've established anything. They don't even know that we're a living thing. They don't even know what the
Yeah.
concept of living
Definitely strike first.
Yeah,
then.
definitely strike first.
What the
and-
fuck's the point in
and
that?
Not only that.
I don't know either.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you what the
actually know.
point in that is, right? You kill them all, you leave no survivors, you take their spaceship, you research the fuck out of it, and you reverse engineer it so that the next time they come, you have bigger guns.
I'm just gonna hold a big sign that says I'm not with them.
Yeah, I think you should do that because
Yeah,
literally my
I'm
response is
staying
going to
far
be ye
away from-
fucking whore.
We took one of your spaceships, and that means that when you come back, we're going to be able to defend against the rest of your army.
Well, we're gonna
Independence Day
reverse
was
engineer
not
this
a
spaceship,
documentary,
obviously.
by the way.
I mean, basically, what I'm saying is, within about a decade, I think we can get an invasion of the alien home. Go. So I think that's what we should be aiming for.
All I'm saying is you were the Xeno, the alien, the mutant, and the homosexual.
Essentially, they need to be purged. I mean, there's no real argument.
I think the Imperium of Man has the right idea. You know, they encounter something, they shoot at it first.
Deem it heretical and attack it on sight.
I genuinely think that people like Rex is going to get us killed in the future and be an invasion class.
I think people like you will get us killed.
I think you're insane.
You'll fucking fire an RPG when Rags is trying to speak to them.
I don't actually even know if you're being serious.
You're the literal fucking people at Arrival that fuck everything up. You plant fucking C4 on the aliens that try to speak to you.
I think that we should have a
alien
civil war
planet,
based on
let's
whether
shoot
we
them
shoot
instantly.
first aliens or not.
You should really bring Alex Jones in
Unbelievable.
this conversation, someone suggested.
I would take Alex Jones' suggestion over yours.
You know what?
And I don't
like
even know
kill
what it
him
is. I don't even know what it is.
Don't even know what it is.
It would be so funny if Alex Jones had the same opinion as mine.
Yeah, Alex Jones was right. Hashtag. Jesus, how are we getting fucking gang fucked here?
Boombile, go!
I bet Rags is also the type of person that would negotiate with robots and give them rights.
Oh god. Okay, go on then. Robot rights. Go on.
He'll be like, yeah, you know, let's be separatists. You can have the North Pole, right? And you have similar rights as humans. Just go there and live peacefully. You know, you don't bother us, we don't bother you. And after 20 decades of the robots developing and researching, they come back in force, enslave all humankind.
So Rags, question: do we give robots rights?
I mean, not as they are now, certainly not.
Well, no, like artificial intelligence, real AI type of shit.
Yeah. Do we give
You guys really want to get into what is life?
Yeah. Let's get into what do we? Well, no, it's not necessarily what it's like. I mean, like,
Oh,
you
it
take
totally is.
bacteria,
That's where it's going to draw back to.
Yeah, like this is so much shit. Potentially, but it's
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's a really nuanced sort of question. It's not like a yes or no question. You can
How do you
answer
differentiate
now.
between truly advanced artificial intelligence and a human mind?
I would
Yeah.
even give you the argument that yeah, they're 100% alive. You know?
Yeah, I mean, well, if they're 100% alive and sentient and self-aware, then I don't know an argument why we shouldn't.
Yeah. Besides, does alive reference their consciousness or their living flesh? Like, what are you referring to there?
Well, alive is obviously an organic living organism.
So if your brain was uploaded to a robot, 1 for 1, would you not be considered alive?
No, you'd be a simulation.
So you wouldn't deserve rights?
Well, that's I completely agree. Yeah.
Wait, what do
I
you
don't
mean
think we should give
simulation?
any
Why would it be a
artificial
simulation?
life. Any artificial life should not have rights.
How do you define a simulation versus a 1 for 1 copy?
Well, how a scientist.
Yeah, but the thing
How
is,
could I not argue that what's going on in your brain right now is a simulation?
Well, you could.
the thing is that
Okay, so
Have
the,
you, wait. Have you
no,
played
okay.
sober?
No, of course you could. But no.
no,
Okay,
have you
so
played
the
it?
Have you
usual
played Summer?
way, like, I mean, for example, John Locke defined it as a living organism. The impetus for it comes from within, whereas an artificial organism comes from without. So you
But I
have
have to get energy from my environment.
no. It's the organizational principle,
What do you mean by organizational principle?
how it creates itself.
It didn't create itself.
Exactly, life does
Something
create
else
itself.
created it, like we created a machine.
Wait, we went.
Exactly, but your parents didn't actually create you.
What do you
Like,
mean?
they didn't sit down and put you together. All they had to do is introduce the sperm and the egg, and then it does the job of itself.
Oh, so we'll just create self-replicating code
But
then.
yeah, but couldn't you just expand that to
You
us
could.
putting bits and bobs of machinery together as life acting as life does?
No, because there's no internal organization. Oh shit, there's a witch there.
You know,
There's
DNA's
no
just
internal organizational principle.
Yeah, but once you
DNA's
put the pieces
chemicals
together,
that
there
are
is.
acting together, yeah.
Well, I don't agree. I don't think that it is. I think it all has to be designed from without.
well, if you want to put it
What
this
makes
way,
you think?
Sargon, like
Wait. What makes you think that humanity was designed?
I don't think humanity was
Yeah,
designed.
but hear me out, Sargon.
That's
right?
why we're alive.
The first life form was
We're
created
alive
from
because we
non-organic
weren't
material,
designed?
so it would be the same with robots. You know, they're non-organic, and you would have like
This is Have either of you played Soma?
Yeah, I did.
No, but I mean, I've just
it
read
would-
a lot.
I was just gonna. No, of course. I'm sure you've gone through plenty of that would explore this, but
Yeah.
once I had finished and had gone through all of Soma, it's just like those kinds of definitive sort of statements worry me.
Yeah, they are. It's a completely open-ended thing. It's really about how you define
Like the idea that
Oh,
if
look at
you're
that!
not-
100 something.
You've already decided no.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I could never say that because let's just say the
Yeah.
the game explores what happens if you put like a very self-conscious AI inside a mechanical body, and if you were like, you don't count as life, I'd be like, ooh, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know, man. I'm just really,
Well,
really
you
wary
don't-
about giving
no.
robots rights.
Yeah,
just think
I
it's
mean,
a
I
really
agree
good
with
idea.
you. That's controversial.
Yeah, I'm wary of it. It's a difficult question. It's very open-ended. It's an odd one. It's very nuanced. That's why I didn't say no.
Yeah, but as soon as we do it, then we've kind of made a rod for our own backs, because from that point onwards, there's no real reason not to eventually treat them like humans, and then we're kind of morally obligated to design them like humans. And then you've got like other like moral questions. It's like, well, is it a moral thing to give something pain? Is that moral?
Well, that's just because these questions are hard doesn't mean we.
But that's not, that's not
that's-
even the main issue, right? The main issue is that if you give them rights, and let's say they are actually peaceful and they just want to live together, and a robot would be superior to a human, right? He would have a computer brain
Right.
and make like better calculations. It would
Yeah.
endanger your way of life, because now any company that hires will hire robots. They will not want to hire people.
Yeah, but that's not an argument for why we shouldn't have it. That's an argument for
Yeah.
they're better than
give
us, which
yeah,
would be true.
No, but we give rights because it improves humanity, right? Like that's why we do it. We don't have moral considerations for things that aren't
Is that
human.
why? Is that why?
I don't agree with that.
Oh, then I don't really like to see
We
where your
give rights
ancestors-
because it improves humanity.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't give rights to, let's say, an animal or something like that if it endangered humanity.
We're animals.
Oh my fucking god. No, Rex, honestly, I don't know if you're confrontational just for the sake of it, or you're trying to
No,
be a dick
I mean,
on
like
purpose.
This
how
is
is
why
it
I said
good
you
for
really
us
want to
say
get
that
into this
humans are
conversation.
If
You gotta
have,
define.
like,
You gotta
if,
define
let's
everything.
say an
dude.
animal would be the carrier of a super bacteria that would kill humans on sight, right? Like you get into
This is
contact with the
adding some
animal
different
and you'd get
variables.
sick.
Hang on, I'm finished.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
finished.
get into contact with the animal, you'd get sick. And let's say it's something really cute like a bunny rabbit or some shit, right? Then you would notice that all the governments would be advocating for the extermination of that particular bunny, which is the carrier of the plague.
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
Yeah, the
right?
answer would be different in this different scenario. Yes.
Yeah, but why would we create anything that would effectively outcompete us?
Wait. But that's a different question.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, don't you want
but,
don't you want your children to do better than you, Sargon?
yeah, but my children are the same race as me.
Whoa!
Oh,
But it really,
that
it really
mean?
does come to that.
Well,
it really does come to that.
Eventually, what all you're effectively doing, if you create like super intelligent machines, you are eventually saying, well, humanity needed to be superseded by these machines because eventually
Maybe.
they'll inherit the
Maybe
Earth.
that's our future.
I don't think that should be.
Yeah.
It's only the future if we want it to be.
What?
I'm a human supremacist. I'm afraid.
I think that that's inevitable for humanity to evolve past our bodies.
yeah, I think so too.
I'm talking thousands of years potentially, or heat
Yeah,
death
so-
of the
so
universe
you
hits
are
us first.
correct.
but
I actually don't think there's any such thing.
Yeah, but see,
I don't.
this is like
I don't think
the main issue that I'm having with you guys. Like here you are just advocating. It's not like if
you've just talked to us about artificial intelligence, and you have trouble with the idea that we'll evolve past our
no,
bodies.
that's not what I'm saying.
You said
No, I
you
don't
said
think
I was being
humans will.
contrarian when I said humans
That's
are
not the
animals.
point of contention that I was having. The point of contention that I was having is here that you are advocating for, of course robots should inherit the earth, and
What?
yeah,
What? Wait, sorry, what? I don't recall saying that.
I'm streaming
well,
at the
It
moment.
was said,
I'll be in a second, okay?
but since you guys talk so fast, I guess we move past that point.
You want to watch me?
No,
No,
well,
if you want to
could,
explore a point that we didn't made, we can.
and I could see how you could twist what we've said into robots should inherit the earth, but we certainly
Well,
didn't say
the
that.
conversation was Sargon was saying that our children should inherit the earth, right? And I guess the next point was like robot would be like our
Well,
children.
whether they should or shouldn't, they're going to. They're going to live longer than
Well,
us.
yeah, exactly. So I don't want to give them rights to get to the point. I think they need to be exterminated.
Wait, because your children will inherit the earth, you should exterminate them before they can.
No, because robots, I don't consider them to be my children. I consider them to
Yeah.
be incredibly dangerous for mankind. And I already explained to you why. Like if robots...
I don't
You
know
explained
how
that they would be
establish-
superior to us.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not that's not an argument for why
they
they're
wouldn't be
bad.
like superior to the way your children are superior. If they would have like a computer brain and they would be able to lift a lot, a lot more than a human does, they would be more agile and stuff. Then there is no way you can compete with them. Like all corporations would be run by robots. Everyone would hire robots.
Yes, that could very well be the future.
Okay, right. I do not want that to be
So,
the future. So
Deus Ex, for example, it's already beginning now. We're getting augments, but in early stages.
well, I don't think
once we
augments
figure out-
is really a good comparison because the person is still human, right? It's not.
Augments are
Wait,
just
wait,
the same
so-
thing on a smaller scale.
Hang on, you interrupted me. So what was my point?
I think you're making the comparison between robots and the augmented people within Deus Ex.
No, I'm saying that if you have augments, that means we're already translating our natural organic bodies into pieces of metal. So give it time, plastic, whatever, printed flesh.
Sorry, right.
If we're doing that now, imagine where we'll be in 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's the same thing, just on a different
Yeah, but
scale.
you're talking about cyborgs then. You're not talking like.
And you've already introduced the concept of artificial intelligence, so you combine those two things, and look what we have.
Yes, you understand that humans are all physical.
Yeah.
We're completely 100%
So,
physical.
what's the contention here? Sorry.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking.
I think that the difference right now is me and Rags are actually on team robots will inherit the Earth.
I think eventually it's going to happen, but
the thing is, robots is kind of an unkind definition at this point. Because it implies
the
that
political
fucking
correctness has
Cybermen,
started. Fuck me.
like Cybermen, will take over. When I'm referring to literal.
These people are some of the most left-leaning individuals that I have ever met. Like Mauler, when someone says you're right-wing, just send them this. You know, it's like.
All right, fine. I'm ready to hail to our robot overlords. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know, man. I really think that creating sentient robots is a bad idea.
Yeah.
well, that's a different argument.
Unless they're
Yeah,
just.
I think there's
saying?
confusion on what we're actually saying is. So, like, I keep arguing in terms of like thousands of years pass, all these changes happen to humans to the point where we're no longer what we were. That's just going to happen. You can't stop that.
Sargon
Especially if
sentient
technology advances.
robots just for sex. Okay, like that's stuff.
Okay, so I'm actually a real biological essentialist when it comes to what is a human. All of this, like, I'm going to upload my brain into a computer.
This isn't.
That's
No,
stupid.
I think that's already getting off on the wrong foot because we didn't say they'd be human.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm a human supremacist. Just
I mean,
pro-human.
that's like saying if we encountered an alien race that was, self-aware, sentient, and all that, would they not have rights as well?
Nope.
There's
a
so
reason
many,
we call
there's
it
so
human
many,
rights.
dude. There's so many fundamental questions that
Yeah,
are being
I know.
rushed
I know.
past.
What
It's
I don't
so
think-
difficult.
What I don't think you
Rights.
to appreciate
rights
is
that we would give
the idea of
ourselves.
the moral community, right? In the moral community, we put humans, and everything else gets into the outside of the moral community. So, for example,
Everything else gets the bullet too.
yeah, pretty much. Like, no, look, we don't care about putting cows in slaughterhouse because it benefits humans. You understand this?
No, we don't care about them because of the nature of what cows are and their capacity to think,
If
reason, and
cows could
understand.
actually speak to us, I fucking
Yeah, we
guarantee you they'd get
absolutely
rights.
Would not.
I
Yeah,
fucking
we
guarantee they'd get
absolutely
rights.
Would not.
So
Man, it's like you guys are against me making sausage.
If a literal cow could be
milk
like,
or something.
"Please stop milking me. This is rape," things would change.
No,
Things would change.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a lot more soft-hearted than I am.
telling you,
Hey man, I'm not saying I didn't
No,
say
if
they
cows
should or
were
ought to
intelligent
change.
enough
I'm
to-
saying they would.
Look,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
if
Just-
cows were
if-
intelligent enough to communicate and empathize and have all that stuff that we do, of course we wouldn't be killing them in
if
slaughter.
all
I'm
animals,
just picturing like the aliens
all
arrive and they're like,
animals and
"Hello,
all the
Sargon, how do you
plants-
do?" And you just get a
No,
shotgun
you're
out.
wrong. You're absolutely wrong on this one, right? If all the animals and all the plants would start communicating and they would be able to speak, we would still kill them because we need them in order to exist.
I didn't say we wouldn't kill them at all, but fucking hell, mate, everything changes if
We'll
plants
just
and
kill them
animals
a
can
little
talk. Everything, maybe, but it wouldn't be what it's like now.
Someone in the chat said that.
I think they would actually get rights eventually if plants could actually complain about pain. There'd be so many advocacy
Yeah, I
groups.
mean, if they were speaking languages and they were empathizing and conveying emotions and thoughts and they were intelligent and understood their own existence, of
What
course.
a bunch of.
Well, I'm actually pro destroying veganism at this point. So, honestly, we have to ask, how do they know plants don't suffer? And I think that we can actually prove that plants suffer.
Yeah, that is actually.
Yeah, I'm actually in that
Veganism is
camp
over.
too. I think that they do, but if what I'm suggesting is actually kind of superficial, but still a point. If they could speak to explain their pain, all of humanity gets to hear that and understand it, versus a scientist who understands that if you pluck a plant it most likely felt death, or it will.
Interesting. So what we need is some kind of monitor for plant damage. No. And then we can just translate that into like a screaming sound or something. So whenever
I
a
mean,
vegan
I don't
is,
think screaming would do it. You need more still than screaming.
oh, just whatever, just something horrific. So it's begging
Like,
them.
this
pulling
is
at
rather
heartstrings.
uncomfortable.
No, just
Something like that.
please, no, please.
Oh, dude, if that came out, vegans would go nuts.
Yeah, I know. I'd love it. I'd do it just to spite them.
Someone in the chat said that we're talking about politics during the apocalypse. We should focus on our weapons.
Yeah, we seem to have the zombies in check.
Play Soma. You'll love it.
Why are you playing a black man, Mauler?
Because blacks will inherit the earth.
See, I told you they're leftists.
I mean, humanity on average. Well, humanity on average will probably just get browner and browner as time goes on.
Yeah, that is.
Isn't it beige? Or we're aiming for.
See, now Rags.
You just have to find out how many people there are and then equalize the skin color.
I can't tell if Rags is far right or far left because he just talked about the great.
I'm neither, and I've
theory.
never been either.
Like, why does it have to be one of those for this
Yeah, there
conversation?
are actually other
Because
options.
you brought the great replacement theory.
Like great replacement theory. They're gonna be my kids. I don't care what
Yeah,
color
I don't
they are.
think he's against it if it was true, even.
V, do you not remember how you destroyed JF with this argument?
I did. I know.
Like, yeah, I know.
Like, they're
you were
my
like, well,
kids.
yeah, like you were like, well, they're still my kids, aren't they? He was like, well, yes.
See, I've had sex with a brown person. If I had made a baby with her, I wouldn't be like, ugh, kill it, it's not my color.
Unlike the alt-right.
Yeah, but it's a different
Hey, Sargon,
to say
Sargon,
it's like
genuine question.
the entire
Yes.
Earth will
Oh,
become
shit.
brown in the
If.
future because then you believe into the far right conspiracy
Well.
of the great replacement.
I didn't say the entire. I said on average,
I
humanity
think
will
I'm-
probably
I think
get
I'm-
browner as time
I think I'm in
goes
trouble,
on.
chaps.
Oh shit, where are you? Oh,
Let me see if I can help you.
And
out.
it's great.
It's too late. It's too late.
yeah.
So, what was the genuine question?
I'm just walking around randomly shooting zombies, talking instead of actually trying to play the game.
So like, I'm going to preface the question with, I used to, to ask, I had a few Christian friends, and they would be like, murder is 100% wrong, never, ever, 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 ever do it. And I used to ask them, like, do you think you'd stop yourself?
How?
Or, hang on, I've got a whole
No,
thing.
this fucking zombie in this game just did a weird thing. So I just exclaimed.
Fuck's sake. So I said, like, if you're in a situation where you saw a guy just kill every single person you love in front of you, and you were holding a gun, do you think you'd be able to stop yourself from killing them and feel righteous in that moment? I wonder. And there was only ever one who said, nope, I wouldn't feel that way at all. So I've always assumed that they were just being dishonest, because you can empathize with that
it's not
situation, I
necessarily that
imagine. Hang on! That's not the point. That's just a preface.
Oh, I got
So
it.
the actual argument, the reason I brought that up is so that I just want you to be as honest as you can think to be in this scenario. So, you have, let's say, a child that grows to age 40, and you're still alive and happy, obviously, but then they contract a horrific disease. I don't know if you've seen Transcendence, it's not exactly good, but they choose, for their own right, to be uploaded to just a computer, and they are, like, one for one the exact same thing in every way, shape, and form, and they even have a body that can move and still speak to you and have all the memories and experience everything as you once knew them. Do you think you would separate yourself 100% from this thing?
What do you mean separate myself from
I
this
would
thing?
probably
would
be
you-
against the technology
would you-
for that thing existing, to be honest.
You've got to run away from that, V.
Yeah, well.
Would you would you consider your child dead even if they were still speaking to you via that, and you were told this is just a process that's proven 100% to have transferred the brain?
I don't know, man. It's really quite dark, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say,
Yeah,
I would
I'd
say no.
definitely be against the technology of that existing.
This is why I would be like, play sober, play sober,
Well,
play
V,
sober.
that's a different question.
I'll have to check
That's a different question. We have the technology in this scenario.
Yeah,
It's
that's
there.
my requirements are met. Like, what I'm suggesting is, you know for a fact it's a transfer. It's not a simulation.
Yeah, I would probably not want that to happen. Like, I would be against someone transferring the memory of my loved one into
That's
a
not the
machine.
question that we're asking, V.
Well, okay, if you put me in front of that, then yeah, probably I would, be emotionally manipulated into believing that that is my kid.
Why is it manipulation?
Yeah, why is it manipulation?
Because it's not really your kid,
Well-
right? Like, if you think about it logically.
Why though? Because it's not flesh.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's not this comes down to a question of identity, right? And the way that we identify things is actually really complex, and I don't even know if there's a solid answer for it.
No, I agree.
So it's one of those things where it's like, Oh god, hang on, let me. I'll have to go
We're
through,
probably
get some
different on this. I
fucking
find it
notes.
fascinating though, but I think we're well beyond our flesh.
And by the way, the question with the Christian, right? Like if you're an actual Christian and you let's say the entire Bible is 100% real, then you know the guy who killed your entire family is going to burn forever in hell. So nothing you can do to him.
It's not a question of what you think should
No,
happen.
but
It's
me
about
finish, right?
emotional
Like,
reaction.
If I'm an actual Christian, right? Then if I kill him at that point, I will end up going to hell, and I will be in a different place than my family, which is going to be in heaven. So yeah,
Now,
I think
I'm trying to interrupt you to explain the point of the
Okay, so
question is not
one of
about
the main
pragmatic
main
mechanics.
points-
It's about an emotional reaction.
One of the main points for me about sort of consciousness and the identification of a specific living
What the
being
hell,
is
game?
about continuity. If there isn't a continuity of consciousness, I'm genuinely not sure if I can really consider it to be the same thing.
Yeah, and I guess I'm gunning for the road of I think the distinction might be arbitrary.
I don't know. I mean, it's again,
what
it really
the
is how you view.
What?
Rags can't hurt you while he's down.
I can't hurt him while he's down, but my bullets can't travel through solid
he
objects
just
either.
he just shot me. I was coming to help him.
I didn't
No,
shoot you.
it would have
I
said.
didn't-
It
No,
would've
there's a
said-
zombie behind
Oh,
you.
okay.
It was a
Yeah.
zombie.
Well, the zombie made
Like,
it
if
look like you
ever,
shot
if
me.
you're curious if someone committed friendly fire, it'll say on the
Yeah.
feed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I watched the zombie run around the corner and come up
No,
your
it's
ass.
fine. It's
It would be better for me to let the zombie hit you than me commit friendly fire on this level.
Yeah, this level's a fucking pain.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
I'm
like
now anyway.
advanced. This difficulty.
What difficulty is this, though?
Just advanced.
Advanced.
Yeah, I kind of because I fucking love talking about this shit. That's why Soma's one of my favorite games. But the whole point of the game is to make you question the line between man and machine, essentially.
The thing
Yeah.
that I hated about Soma is the ending. Sargon put some finger in your
I
ears.
fucking love the ending.
It's
love
like
the ending.
they
I
talk
think
it's a coin toss, but there was never a coin toss, was there?
Yes, there was.
No, you would always end up as being in the same body. Like your memory would be transferred, but you don't have like the option to transfer yourself with that memory.
From the perspective of Simon, it was always a coin toss.
Look, if
Not the scientific side of it, the meta side of it, there was no coin toss. But for his experience of that situation, it was a coin toss.
yeah, so why did they went with the meta side of it? Like
Well,
the
the
thing
coin-
is, right? Let's say the world will explode right now, and I give you the option. Look, you can upload your consciousness in this machine that will fly into space and will survive, right? You will always die, right? There is no coin toss for you. Like after the upload is complete,
Yeah,
yeah, you will still
but
be.
there's
you'll-
the two Simons, so that he gets copied. One escapes, one stays.
Yeah.
He'll never know the difference. He'll never have known which one he was when he continues
but-
continuity.
alright,
He'll just
so-
be like, "Oh, I guess I won," or "I guess I lost."
Yeah, I know.
You'll feel the exact same way in terms of history.
I know why you're
So to
saying
him,
this because you
coin
actually
toss.
believe that they're both Simons, right? So I do not.
They are
share,
both
yeah, I
Simon.
do not
They
share
are
that
both
opinion.
Simon.
I think
We're talking about no, that's not my opinion. That's the game's rules.
yeah,
the
and I think
game's
the game
mechanics.
is. I disagree with the game's rules. I think the
What do you want me to say?
Oh,
You're the one that's
I
having
think
your
the
opinion
actual
then.
Simon
not me.
died before the game even started.
Yeah, that's about distinction, like Sargon mentioned. But the game is
That's
telling us
important.
to think
Yeah,
about
and I
it
think it's very important. I disagree with the fact that copy is actually Simon.
based on the fact that it's not his flesh.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And you were
disagree
never
with that.
Simon. Yeah,
Based on the fact it's not continuity of his consciousness. Like this whole I'm going to upload my brain into a machine and live forever. No, you're going to die, and
Yes.
a copy of your brain will exist in the
Hang
machine.
on.
It's the same with.
So what
cloning.
if someone has brain damage to the point where they're in a coma with no continuity for 20 years and come back into it? Are they considered human still?
No,
Yeah.
they're still the same consciousness. They were just in a coma.
no,
But it
you're
was
not. You're not the
interrupted.
same person you were yesterday.
No, being unconscious isn't an interruption of your continuity of your consciousness.
No, but look, even if you have a clone, right? So let's say you,
Mauler said brain dead.
if you get a cloning
They're
vat,
gone.
and
Well, you
yeah,
can't recover from that, can you?
if you get a cloning vat and you get another molar, right?
What if you could?
Yeah, let's say you could, right? The other molar still wouldn't be you. Like it
We're
would
not
be a
saying it
new
would
and
be,
completely
like, the
different
same-
entity.
Yeah, when you exist for 0.01 seconds aside from a copy, you're no longer the same person. I understand
Yeah,
that.
You've diverged. Your experiences are
But
different.
yeah, and it is the same with this analogy.
So you're not the same.
But it is exactly the same.
But it's not you.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's not you.
Yeah, it's another thing like you. But
Yeah,
it
it's a
isn't
very,
you.
very similar,
Yeah,
simulacrum.
and it's the same
of you.
with Soma. You know, the first.
But
guy.
you know in Soma, like at the beginning, what you're playing as, the Simon that you're playing as for most of the game.
Yeah, you're basically the robot Simon from the end.
You are Simon.
Yeah, I disagree with that. You're not Simon. Simon is dead. You're just a copy of Simon.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, you're a
I
copy of
disagree with
Simon.
that entirely.
Yeah, but why do you disagree? Why do you say that you're not just a copy?
I think our mind probably can be mapped digitally eventually.
Sure.
There's,
I mean, by
there's,
the
there's a
rule- by the
limitation to what it
rules
is.
Yeah, we're talking about a game where the rules are established.
Look, man, if
Yeah,
I,
this is the
I've
thing.
not,
In that
I've not
game,
played
you
the
are
game.
Simon.
The technology doesn't have to exist now for us to theorize that what the game is saying is
we do
this
have
is this.
technology
This
to
is
do
this.
something else, right? If I copy the Mona Lisa, my copy of the Mona Lisa won't be the Mona Lisa.
That's not the same thing.
It is exactly the same thing.
Well, why is it not the same thing?
Because you have two pictures of the Mona Lisa, but one of them is the original that was drawn by whoever drew it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, right. Well,
Yeah.
in that case, you have
If
some
Sargon was
Simons.
copied digitally, I could say the digital copy is Sargon, but the original one is the one that his parents created, or
Yeah,
whatever you
but
want
the
to call
digital copy isn't me.
that. Yeah.
It would
It's a
diverge
copy
from
of
you.
me.
Well, the
In
second
Soma's
that
world, it would
started
be.
existing after you, it would diverge from you.
I think the
The same
problem
way
is
you
that our
diverged from what you
distinction
were a moment ago.
is how much credit you put in the distinction, I guess. I consider it more important. I don't consider the flesh that important.
I don't either.
Oh, I'm a total biological essentialist, man.
I don't see why our...
I think it totally is.
Same. I'm going to be the guy that fights your kids when it comes to give rights to these things, these
Yeah.
abominations.
Yeah, exterminate the robot.
And I'm also going to
I
be the
don't
guy
know-
that advocates to
I don't
shoot the
know what
alien
the argument
spacecraft,
is, though.
kill all the survivors,
Wait, so-
and reverse engineer the technology.
What if there wasn't... like, I'm trying to think of scenarios to sort of poke holes here. So... Like, if we mapped your brain, Sargon, but then we were like, it's not the original Sargon, though, because he's Sargon. Okay, so what if we make some changes here, make him value this, make him this, and then call this John, or something like that? What would distinguish John from a real human? Outside of he doesn't have flesh.
How have you, like, cloned me or something? Like,
Cloned everything about you that's your personality, consciousness, character, just not the body.
Okay, well, it doesn't
Right,
make it
okay,
a
well,
human
then-
because it doesn't have flesh. There you go, which is the most
Yeah.
important part.
So the
Wait,
flesh
wait,
is what
wait,
defines
wait,
us as human.
Yes.
I think so. I think that's definitely a component, yeah.
And now you're going to get a progressive, but what about this guy? He suffered an accident and all his
Well, no,
flesh
the
got burned. Is he
question
not
isn't
human?
whether we're
I
human.
need help here.
But yeah, I'm coming. The question is less about like being human, because a lot of things are human, and we still kill them, like abort fetuses and stuff. The question is what we consider to be a person. Personhood's a different question.
Yeah, I mean, like, would you extend
fucking-
personhood to an artificial intelligence
No.
if it reached a sufficient level?
No, God no. The last thing we should ever do is give
So it
artificial
could.
intelligence
So
personhood.
can an artificial intelligence ever reach a threshold where it gets to person?
Yeah, it needs to be.
Oh,
destroyed if
um,
that's the case.
Wait, are you saying is it less to do with whether or not it actually is factually, and more to do with the danger of allowing it to be considered that?
Both.
Yeah, we shouldn't allow it to be.
Because I don't really. That's not. I'm not consider. Like
I mean,
I,
technically, like it could certainly simulate. I'm about to die again.
I'm more concerned with what it is versus what we should give it right now. Like I'm saying, there's no distinguishable difference outside of a flesh bag to hold it.
Sure. Well, what it is a highly advanced piece of machinery that
Right.
simulates a person very, very well.
Which is indistinguishable from our mind.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Like,
Okay.
So why intrinsically does it not get personhood at that point?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I would
Well, yeah,
advocate
If
for
it's
that
if
technology.
it's a distinction without a
I think-
difference, then what's the point?
Yeah, what I would say is maybe it should or should not to do with what ramifications it can have. I'm putting that to a side. I'm saying, has it not ticked all the boxes to earn it?
I'm
What
not
box
saying
hasn't
that
it
it
ticked?
couldn't be considered a person. I'm saying we shouldn't consider it a person.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
we should
I'm
also
saying
stop
that
the
it
technology before
it could
even
be,
exists.
but whether or not we should would be a conversation that could have many ramifications, I suppose.
Yes.
No, that type
But
of
I think it
should be banned before it even exists. Like if
I don't agree with that.
I full-heartedly
agree
agree with
either.
that.
I don't agree with
construction
banning
of the
any
human race.
technology, to be honest with you.
And as I mentioned, right, even if the artificial intelligence would be benevolent and not want to harm
Fucking
humans
nice
and
one,
whatnot, it would outcompete humans to the point where humans would become useless. You would basically have the extinction
And
of...
why is that a problem?
Because we're humans.
Yes, exactly. See, this is why
Yeah.
I think these individuals are just hardcore leftists. It's like, why is that a problem with humanity being extinct? It's like, well...
I mean, it just sounds like a fucking higher form of evolution to me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing
but
is, we might be
that's,
picturing different things. Are you picturing army of robots slaughtering humans? I'm picturing we are the thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you will never be
Yeah,
that.
you'll never be that.
No, I
That
know.
doesn't
You know what I
matter.
mean by that. I'm
That
saying it as
doesn't
a
matter.
generalized statement. I'm not saying it me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Well,
we're talking
who's
about what
the
humanity
The
is at
process
that
of
point.
us changing over thousands of years, we will eventually, if you compare me today to that thing in 1,000 years, yeah, we'll be distinctly different, but it would still be the progress of humanity. And I'm okay with that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it'll
fine
be
with
a
that,
consequence of humanity, sure.
Yeah, but I don't want humanity to go extinct, so...
That
We wouldn't go
I
extinct.
would happily accept extinction of
Yeah,
our primitive
I
form if it
disagree.
means we can
I
move
disagree
on.
with your definition that you would have like that new thing, that new abomination, to be consider your child like your progenitor.
Did I create it? Did I
No,
birth
you're,
it?
you're like
Whatever we're
Geppetto
using,
who creates Pinocchio and considers Pinocchio to be
whatever
his flesh
we're
and
using
blood,
to
you know?
replicate ourselves in 1,000 years, if it's still biological or not, it will be my creation. It will be something that I created to carry my legacy on.
Yeah, absolutely not. You know, you're like Geppetto who created Pinocchio and is now trying to give Pinocchio rights.
Maybe Pinocchio did deserve rights.
Rights, man, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, Pinocchio deserves rights? No, it doesn't.
Fucking, I don't want to live in your world where all the things
don't
that
wanna-
have feelings are
Yeah.
like shunned into fucking
Yeah,
battle
that sounds
pens.
awful.
Shun
Well, I'm
them.
telling you what, in my world, humanity will not go extinct.
But you say that like it's
humanity as you know it will be extinct anyway.
humanity as we knew it 1,000 years ago is gone.
It's gone. They're extinct.
I don't think that's true. I think that we can.
You have to
easily
agree that
identify-
even to a tiny degree it would be true, even if it was
No.
an inconsequential degree.
humanity is different to what it was 1,000 years ago, but not very different. But you could
So-
go
so
back 1,000
different.
years and have children with a woman then.
I'll just bank on different. It means it's different. Not the same as it was before.
Well, yeah, but nothing's the
Jeez,
same as it was
specials in this game are
moment to
way
moment.
too tough.
Now I understand the progressive mindset. It's just with compassion.
Sorry, I don't want to kill everything that has feelings.
And
Yeah,
the
that's-
feelings.
Yeah,
To protect the humanity, it's like the fucking
Fuck who we
definition
are.
of humanity
Let's embrace
confuses
something
me.
new that we don't even understand, but it's good.
When did we say that was the case? Our framing
Yeah.
was that we understand it all.
Don't worry, V. When we're in charge of the new Reich that's going to protect the human race from robots, it'll be fine.
Yeah, but we have to put Rags and Mauler in the gulag. That's...
Yeah, they'll go to a concentration camp.
To the gulags.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
Sorry.
have augments by then, and we'll just
I
fly
believe
out
in
of
free
there.
speech, but
Yeah.
you know,
Maybe
I like
maybe I'm interested in too much sci-fi, and then I've been corrupted.
my worldview
I think
is
I
quite
agree.
simple. It would be
A lot
if
of
you're not
sci-fi
with
has
us, you're
kind of
against
polluted
us,
these
Rags.
ideas in a way.
Like,
Well, okay, so question then, right? So I think that morality depends on reciprocity. I don't really think you can if you can't morality is a shared concept, right? Because otherwise you can't agree, you can't have a moral interaction with a lion. Yeah, a lion doesn't recognize anything that you consider to be moral, so it might just eat you at any given
or an
time.
Antifa person.
So yeah, or an anti, or, yeah, an quote unquote person, right?
I would
So-
tacitly agree. Aren't there people who are friends with lions and shit? I don't know.
Yeah, but the individual lion, like if they've raised it or something, the lion can part of its sort of moral community. You know, the lion doesn't just eat it because the lion recognizes it as like an agent, a moral agent. And it goes to it for affection and stuff like this. But if you're on the Serengeti and a random lion comes up, you're not going to say, well, okay, this lion's going to consider me to be something that's not a food source. You know, the lion doesn't view you as part of its sort of,
Now I understand.
I guess the community of creatures that it considers to be things. And the question is, how do we know that robots will? Why will robots?
Now I understand why Rags chimped out when I casted Fireball on that work. Like how I knew the work is dangerous using your assessment.
The
Sargon.
orc. You didn't know it was an
Yeah,
orc
I
at the
didn't.
time.
I didn't. But I knew it was dangerous using Sargon's
That's the
assessment.
contention. You didn't.
Well,
you
that-
didn't know that it was dangerous.
Yeah,
you
but
didn't even cast a fireball on an orc.
Yeah, if you guess correctly, you can't say after the fact,
That's
after
a
you gained the knowledge,
post-hoc, like,
So
I
you
cast
justification.
guessed
fireball
wrong,
on the
Rags.
orc.
Okay, so my analysis was A, it's peaceful and I don't give a fuck if it burns.
That's-
B, it's an enemy.
not an
and
argument
then
for
it's
being
productive
wrong.
fighter.
That's not an yeah.
you didn't guess wrong. You hadn't guessed yet. I'm assuming that was the case.
No, well, you weren't there. But it was the correct decision.
No, you just gave the scenario.
Basically, we saw a thing in the woods, and he cast fireball at it.
Well,
Yeah, but you didn't say that thing is innocent, right? You didn't say that thing.
We didn't know what it was.
No, we didn't.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is
V, heal yourself, man. I'll cover you.
Mauler, it was a thing.
Oh shit! Actually,
Yeah,
fuck,
same.
help me.
oh
Fuck.
wow.
Mauler, it was a thing that was stalking us for like 2 days, I believe.
Fucking.
And it's funny because
Why is it that-
Rags
Yeah,
actually
we're
said
getting
you should
ganked,
shoot at
guys.
it, but
Yeah,
because
we're
it
too
was
far
me-
away. We can't save you. You can't shoot the person to free them when the smoker's got them, even though I'm technically shooting the tongue. Like, that should work.
No, because the bullet would go through the
Thanks.
tongue and hit the person.
No, I
Oh,
can shoot
fucking really?
You can
Really?
you can shoot the tongue, but you can't seem. Well, I just shot like 7 shots at V while he was tied up, and it didn't do anything.
Well, I guess I'm dead.
Probably. Well, we're already
No,
6
it
out
was
of
like-
13.
Like you got the charger off me. The spitter just poof. It's fuck's sake.
Someone
But yeah,
in the chat
what I was
said
saying is
that
you said
Sargon
Rags
should
guessed
be in
wrong.
Westminster planning a European election.
Well, I think the concept that V isn't quite grasping here is that you can't use knowledge that you gained after the fact to justify
Rags,
the
stop
reason.
being a moron,
Yeah,
okay? It
babe.
was a decision. You voted no,
It
I
was-
voted yes. I was right. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to justify.
What is
you
they
see,
prized
you're
a
not
monkey?
understand- Yeah, you see, you're not understanding the point that I'm making here.
The point that I'm making is that you are wrong. You voted wrong. I tried to explain to you my reason and how I reached the correct conclusion.
Yeah, but that's
let's
just
say
a
you're not
post hoc
understanding-
justification.
We're wrong.
Yeah, that's a post hoc rationalization for an event.
I'm telling you how I rationalized
You're not-
it at
one-
the moment and why I was right.
No,
You didn't
you
say any of
found
that.
out that you were potentially correct. You don't even know if you're correct yet because you don't know if what you shot at is what you think it is now.
Okay, there is no way you can make a
You have
moral
assumed that it
argument that I
is.
was wrong in doing that.
There's no way I can make a moral argument that shooting at something that you can't identify.
Yeah, something
with
that
deadly
stalks your
force is
camp,
wrong.
okay? No, see, hold on, Mauler. Let me.
I think
let me
there might
paint
be
the
a moral
picture to
argument.
you, right? You're in a jungle. 2 of your men were killed by a beast, and then as you're going through the jungle, you don't know anyone there. It's not civilized. Like there are no signs of anything that would be friendly. You see something that's stalking your camp for 2 days in a row. Okay, so I decided I don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't want it near me, so I casted fireball so it fucks off.
I'm not.
I
Well,
fucking head you off at the pass there, didn't it?
yeah, I know. He knew what I was doing.
I thought, wow, you've managed to escape. This is great. And no,
Yeah. I'm curious. My contention is where you said you were right, Rags was wrong. You can't know that from when you made the decisions in the first place. You can make that. What you just said argues a good case, but you weren't. You didn't
No, my
know,
case is
and
that
neither
it
did
was,
Rags.
it was the best decision to make given the circumstance.
Possibly.
I'm not a fan of this game anymore, man. It just hasn't
Well,
aged well at all.
can we jump to Killing Floor or no?
yeah, we can definitely.
I would happily rather play Killing Floor than Left 4 Dead.
Okay, I'll get killing for it.
I don't have killing floor, but
Sweet.
I'll let you guys play.
You don't have
Thanks
killing
for letting
floor.
us play.
Yeah.
You don't have killing.
Well-
What about? It's probably not very expensive.
No,
It's a good game.
Like Killing Floor 1, yeah, because I haven't really played Killing Floor 2 much, to be honest.
Oh well, Killing Floor 2 is not that different. It's just everything's cleaner.
Yeah, it's just better.
Okay, well, I'm loading up Killing Floor 1.
Do you have Killing Floor 2?
People are asking
Not
for
installed.
Vermintide. Sargon doesn't like Vermintide. I don't know why you don't like Vermintide. It's a good game.
I don't know why you don't like it either. It's better than Left 4 Dead in basically every way.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something about it.
You know what Sargon should play and he never does is Alien Isolation. Like, you should stream the shit out of that.
I don't own it.
I bought it for you and you actually gave it back to me, so you don't have time to play it.
Yeah, I don't
Look,
have time to play it.
I haven't played Killing Floor 1 in ages.
No. Well, I played it the other day, actually.
It's a blast from the past because I did play it with Sargon the other day too, and I hadn't played it for ages before
Yeah.
that. And it was now I've played a crap ton of Killing Floor too.
But
I've got
I mean-
506 hours in Killing Floor
Isn't there a
2.
rumor that Half-Life would make Left 4 Dead 3?
I don't know.
That what now?
Half-Life would make Left 4 Dead 3. It's a rumor.
Half-Life's a game.
Sorry, my bad. I'm kind of tired.
Valve?
Valve, yeah.
As far as I know, Turtle Rock Studios, who made Left 4 Dead, is currently developing a game called Back 4 Blood.
Yeah, that's
There's basically
confirmed.
no details about it. Yeah, there's basically no details about it, other than it is not Left 4 Dead 3, but it will be a a cooperative zombie shooter.
No, but I heard
But
like
they don't
I know what you're saying, and that's true. But I heard the rumor that
So sorry to interrupt. Can you guys join? Because I can't seem to send you invites.
Well, the way this game works is that we have to join an active server because you need a server like.
go to
Right. Okay. I'll find a server. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you how to do it. Go to. Well, can Sargon host a server?
I just tried, but
I
it wasn't
don't-
having it.
It doesn't work that way. Like you have to
I'll
actually
just,
set one up through like a bunch of other shit. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'll just
Yeah,
find
then
one
just
that's
go to
already.
someone's server and we'll join you.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, chat. Hope you enjoyed. I don't know why I even recorded. Was just 447 people watching this Spurgery. I was just wanting to test my live stream, video gaming live stream abilities because I got a new monitor, different resolution. Uploaded a new upgrade to OBS, so I just wanted to do like a little test, but I didn't understand that this was so popular. Anyway, let's go through super chats. $5 for Last Wingman. A memorial to humanity is not a further evolution. Laughing my ass off. This is actually true. You should read the VN Dice era. It makes one question: would they commit atrocities for any great goal? Potentially humanizing the genocidal film. Jesus, well, something didn't sit right with me. To California from White Did 666, Sargon, would you step on a Star Trek transporter? That's a good question. Vid tells Sargon Metro have put out article on him. Did they? Please send it to me on Twitter. For Mauler, isn't that like Ghost in the Shell? I think it is. Also, Yorozuya, what even allows us to the explanation of thought? I think that's the exploration of thought. I think it's like actual electric synapses in your brain, but we don't know if animals can have thought because they don't have language. So, animals might have imagination, but we don't know if they can actually think. If humans are capable of original thought, are robots also, or is the knowledge solely pre-existing? According to the game we were talking about, robots were also. Should bring Alex Jones. Jesus, why was this so popular? I don't understand. Like I didn't expect so many people would listen to it. Okay, thank you for the article. I'll look into it and maybe make a video about it. So thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you all later.